Okay, let's talk about the monetization explained in the 5 ways to earn money. So yeah, let's see the YouTube pays just like a 3 million, and we are going to join the YouTube partner program. So that's the 3 ways. Recently, YouTube had a massive change. So it was running ads on non-monetized creators. Yeah, and yeah, it will not be paid, but there's a lot of misinformation about this, and a lot of people are fearful about what this means. So well, I understand people's feelings on this. I want to make a video that address the facts. Answer. Okay, so let's answer that questions. So I'm going to go ahead and look. Yeah, you may just listen and listen carefully. So YouTube is also not giving a payment, and yeah, we're going to be briefly talk about it. So the first thing people is think that YouTube will be running ads with giving not any payment on it. So to run ads and videos, there are brand safe guidelines. So even if you're not in the partner program, more ads would run on your videos. You will still have to meet a brand, which means it's not gonna be monetizing videos that are sensitive topics and so on and so forth. And I also think that the YouTube will not be monetizing 100% of videos on the platform, which is an argument people are using. So yeah, YouTube is really that a lot of change. So in that 100% of your videos that are not monetized, they are not getting ads on every single video. So in addition to the potential of the partner video, so are not running in averages between 30 to 60% of views. If you're a partner that are monetized, there's just not always ads to play on a video. So some people are viewing countries to match their language. There are a lot of YouTube monetization, and I've covered that here and in many videos. So 100% are never monetized, even if you're qualified for AdSense or in the YouTube partner program. It's just never been that way. Another question is whether or not there will be less money going to YouTube partners. So as a result of this, because there are more ads being distributed, will this affect people's earnings on YouTube? And in the opinion here, the answer will be no, because when the monetization smaller channels happen, and the change in the YouTube policies for thousands of for 1,000 hours of watch time, this wasn't a significant increase in the revenue going to partner channels. So the reverse would also apply here. If people didn't make money, were there being less than people in the program, so they're not gonna necessarily make less money just because there are more videos that are monetized now. Additionally, small channels would typically be in the lowest tier of an ad or revenue, and there's a sense that really a lot of money to begin with. My channel is, for example, an average of $20 CPM rate, which is considered one of the highest earning potentials that there is within the YouTube platform, but that means that my revenue per 1,000 views is about roughly $10, and when you translate all of it, it means that I'll make exactly 1 penny per every view on YouTube. Since most channels average CPM of over $2, that means that most number of YouTube channels are about a tenth of a penny per view. This is not shattering money when it boils down on it. So this is the part why people are misunderstanding what's happening. So I know that money is manning, so that when people just a massive loss of creators. So it's a massive gain for YouTube. If you make a video as a smaller channel, that's not a YouTube partner program, and it is going viral and getting massive amounts of a video would fit into being qualified in the YouTube partner program in terms of 1,000 subscription rate and 4,000 hours of watch time. Will YouTube reactively pay you for the views? On those videos is produced for the qualification. And the answer to that is unfortunately no. And this can feel like small creators are getting screwed over, but YouTube has never actually paid out revenue after that fact on something. So this is pretty normal. This is what we've seen in the past, even if you don't like it. This is not a new part of the policy. Let's talk about long form content. Example, my podcast channel. I do a podcast and have a guest on my channel. I do live stream. This is a long form content that interrupt with ad break, so completely disrupt the viewer experience and could negatively impact the performance on the video in terms of retention rate. So the concern for that is to like add more meditation and a number of things. Mid-roll ads will end up interrupting their videos and they don't have control over that or ability to turn it off, or it's an issue that I brought up in the previous video about the same thing, but this monetization policy. And this is a part of what I don't agree with, but my belief is that they won't be aggressive and mid-roll ads, or they not even introduce them. The main reason that I believe this is because the real estate of those ads would be more valuable. With channels that are already partner, we would stand to make more money with the partner channels in terms of these ads rather than a smartphone channel, even if the content is programmable and bluntly. I don't say this doing that is easy there, just because there's predictable profit to make somewhere else. The reason is just like a ad inventory. As if the partner do that 20% view monetization, as it is, so I don't necessarily think that this will be a large problem. I don't think that this is have some isolated, and the fan is probably affected in terms of the podcast. So this is a valid concern. I wish that you had the control and the option to get out in this entirely. So I think that there would be a better solution. That is not the one that I have, and it probably will solve most people's concern and anxiety about this, and they just had the ability out there. Now, since I touched the fact that there's more predictable profit on YouTube elsewhere, I want to bring up a study. There was a case in a study that 9% traffic on YouTube in Germany goes to 3% of channels. Yeah, so the ad inventory, the majority of ad revenue also flows that way, and the majority of ad potential would also flow that way. So that's why I don't necessarily believe that this will create a massive issue for smaller YouTube channels. So I don't necessarily make sense. And there are a limited number of ads to go around. So I don't think that you're gonna see yourself getting with ad after ad of these videos, and don't have a predictable path, larger view counts, and it's just not enough the traffic. So between this margin of 90% or 97 channels, that will take up 10% of the traffic. The map just doesn't work out. Now, with regard to these monetization policy changes, for creators who are concerned, my best advice to you would be to put all of your energy into reaching the requirements for YouTube and monetization and applying to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. And the reason for this is it will give you control of viewer experience. You really want to turn qualification and plurality. If you want to be able to control the placement and your ads and interactions that bring your audience, and even filter which ad are allowed to be shared for your audience, and to meet those requirements. Also, when I continue to encourage creators to look beyond YouTube monetization, relying on it, and also being emotionally controlled by editing in a meaningful way. Like I said, in the best, you're looking at a one penny per view. If you're doing a fantastic job when it comes to monetization and at average, and what's more likely if you're being a tenth of a penny per view when it comes to modernization. With that in mind, I know that it is easy. These YouTube millionaires that are crushing it and getting 10 of millions of views a month and think that math there also doesn't add up. There are people in the United States who became millionaires last year, so they have gotten to 100,000 subscribers. And in the history of YouTube, I want to paint a clear picture for how difficult it is to become a successful creator. But also that if you do that, AdSense is not the most relevant income source of revenue stream. So I encourage you to diversify and try to make money online. And yeah, to support your creativity. Another note is that what bring the YouTube partner program, a lot of people have brought up this concern that if YouTube is going to be able to monetize non-partner content, why would you they ever let into the YouTube partner program and something you may not know if you're not part of YouTube partner program? So it's that there are 4 other types of monetization that is offered besides AdSense, just like the YouTube as a platform. Okay, so that's so many more ways for you to turn through the partners outside the ads and outside of what the advertisers has to do. That is actually their best from a chance to be partner instead of less. YouTube actually doesn't benefit that much, even with demonstration and partner channels, based on the fact that those channels typically will not earn significant and great impact. You know, would have 4+ more ways to make money if you are a partner. So YouTube isn't rubbing these hands building against you. It's setting requirements that unlike any other career or job profession, there are requirements. So the qualifiers to be part of this. So really, it's not that different than I think many traditional careers in terms of this being a standard barrier. So just because you're successfully, that doesn't mean that setting the platform is, and it can pick up a ball, play a sport, but not everybody goes to the NBA. So it may feel that YouTube is small channels, small creators understand that feeling, understand the emotion. But I personally believe, at least for my point of view, that there are enough facts to support that. I think that this is just business as usual. And if I look at the other platforms, TikTok has been 10,000 followers to monetize. I think it's also harder to get monetized, even though TikTok offers virality. Virality is not a clarity, even if it feels more than that Facebook offers monetization, but also requires 10,000 followers. In order to achieve that, Instagram doesn't offer monetization at all. Instead, profits from the ads run against radar. I believe that the same is true for Snapchat, DeviantArt, and there are many platforms that fit. So, and so forth. They run ads against the content for its user without offering them.